That messed up too. All right. State your name and answer the following.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay, I see.
Let's start over. State your name and answer the following. Why did you become a filmmaker?
My name is Glenn Barbosa. Mm-hmm. I am a filmmaker, and why did I become a filmmaker? Why did I become a filmmaker? Actually, it was an adventure. I rode my bicycle from Reno, Nevada to San Francisco, and I realized through that journey how to tell a story in a physical form.
Yeah.
So once I learned it in a physical form, I realized, all these things, like what leads to a story, like having conflict, what does the main character have to do in dire situations. So that's really the main reason. It just, I did an adventure and it became into a physical story. So I figured, why not just translate it into the creative form of filmmaking?
Okay, and like with your adventure, what was the conflicts that came with it?
So the conflicts were, what is it that I remember? So there was like a life and death situation where I had to make a decision, like a main character has to make a decision because I was stuck in the mountains with my bicycle, all my gear, about 70 pounds I had in the
How
back.
long were you stuck in the mountains?
At least it was like for an hour or two, just kind of stuck in there.
Ooh.
And it was getting dark. I was out of water, and I had to make a decision to either I leave my bicycle or I just leave everything and just start walking.
Were you committed?
I was committed, yeah.
Oh,
I was committed, and I abandoned my bicycle. I left it in the mountains, in the middle of the mountains, and I just took off.
So you've never seen that bicycle since?
No, actually, I retrieved it later on.
So it was still there?
It was still there.
What the heck?
Because nobody was there. No, it's like the hike. It's just the hike is so intense. Like nobody was willing to go. So me and my friend, the next day we got it back.
Also, you went with your friend?
Yeah, the next day. The next day.
But you went on the trip yourself?
By myself, nobody there, and my friend came pick me up from Santa Rosa. And
so where's Santa Rosa?
Santa Rosa is in California, so it's by Napa Valley. Santa Rosa's right there. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that was a life and death situation. So things like that is the really, like, how do I tell a story in that? How do I do it on a camera form? How do I do that as a feeling? Like, that's the difficulty part that I'm solving.
I can just imagine it in my head right now how tough that would have been. I would not imagine myself going for that at all.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Next question, man. Is there anything you're currently working on? So the first thing that I saw, like the first impression when I came in here, was like, wow, you have a lot of stuff. And then I also noticed you're bored. Like, does that involve with anything you're going to be working on?
Yeah, so here what I'm working on my board is usually I do for my goals, for yearly goals, what I want to be committed, and I do this every year. So I usually work on YouTube stuff. Currently I'm working on some other projects with like cryptocurrency, editing, all the other stuff that I'm working on. So I'm running my business, I'm working on personal stuff, and what else am I working on? I'm helping set up like a podcast too for a nonprofit. So I'm doing a lot of nonprofit stuff too as well. I think that's where my heart's going now. It's like the nonprofit stuff. But
what type of nonprofits are you doing?
So I'm working with the Katie Grace Foundation, and they're here locally. Yeah. And they have been helping me with like almost all my camera gear. Believe it or not, they've been providing everything, and it's been such a blessing. But on the opposite, I help them document their side, and it's a win-win. If I help them document what they're doing, donating, they get more grant money because there's that proof, and I do that just freely. I don't charge them. Because
and do you know what their actual mission is?
Yeah, so their daughter, Kimberly, that's the mom, and her daughter Katie, she passed away. They ran her over, what is it, through like here locally in Reno, like, and they were just racing and they just ran her over.
So it was a street race?
I think it was. They were saying it was a street race, and he crossed the red light. Anyways, long story short, they didn't get in trouble because she wasn't literally on the crosswalk, and
she was jaywalking.
By just like, the crosswalk was like right there.
Oh, okay.
She was off by like 1 foot.
Oh, okay.
Just because she was literally not on the crosswalk. But her mission now is because Katie, her daughter, was such a giving person, loving person, and she was only like in middle school and high school. She was such a like she'd sit with the loners. Like she'd sacrifice her friends, her like popular friends, and sit down with the loner, the guy that like sit down and get to know him.
Wow.
And show him and be like, hey, like it's like that kind of impression at such a young age, and she had so much wisdom. All these things that I've heard about her, so that's why I stayed to that story and helped her mom, Kimberly. So, and she's been helping me run my own nonprofit now that it's been influencing me. And maybe in a couple years, I think I'm gonna bring shoes to Mexico City and give them away, and bicycles. That's gonna be my two things: shoes and bicycles.
Shoes and bicycles.
That's it. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. Just shoes and bicycles.
And why do you want to do just shoes and bicycles?
Shoes because I know it takes them 2 months just to earn like brand new Nike shoes or Adidas or any type of shoes, and I just feel like shoes we use them every day, so that's perfect. The second one, bicycles. I'm a huge bicycle guy, so that's number one thing. I love my bicycles. But at the same time, over there, what I see is they use a bicycle for, like, it's a benefit. It's like their transportation. It's their business. They have so many options here. Here we kind of just have them and never use them and store them in the garage. Over there, it's like a business. Like, hey, I can use that to run this, to send the tortillas over here, to do this, to do a lot of things to run around. So that's why I want to do those two. Those are the top two for me.
So they're a priority all in Mexico.
In a way, yeah, exactly. I see they value those too. They cherish it. So
alrighty. That sounds amazing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Ooh. Alright, your next question.
Yeah.
Think deeply about this. Like, I'll let you sit there in silence for 10 seconds, alright?
Okay.
What do you want to achieve most as a filmmaker? For me, and it's been my mission when I first started, it's always been the emotion. It's about values. It's about things that I believe in that aren't being practiced anymore, like character, integrity, work ethic, perseverance, things that aren't being practiced anymore in the world, and I want to convey those messages into my movies. That's what I want. That's exactly, because everybody can connect on it, because we do, like, it's a human thing that nobody talks about, but we all know there's that connection. So that's my mission. Why? I think that answers your question. Yeah. It's the emotion. It's like, that's what I want. I want to move people. To include emotion in your movies.
Yeah, exactly. Like, where you're like, gosh, like, it makes you think. You walk away from the theater and you're like, oh man, like, it inspired me to do something.
Oh yeah.
You walk away with that inspiration. Like, what's a good movie I can think of? The Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. I love that one. The Pursuit of Happiness. Even Forrest Gump. Like, I love Forrest Gump because of the, like, there's so much, like, even though it's not based on a true story, but it felt like it was based on a true story, but it moved me, like, that running, like, across America, like, little details that I loved that moves me as a human. Like, those are things that I feel emotionally. So that's what I wanted. That's why I do what I do. It's that emotion, and that's my job. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, I can agree with that, because also my main reason for wanting to do movies is because I want to make sure that when I make a movie, it has a message that I have to release to people. Like, I also in high school I took an environmental class, and with that it made me realize how much really important the environment is. And I didn't learn everything, so I'm not entirely an expert, but I am educated in some of it. But with that, I want to make sure in my movies that I already make sure there's some sort of message involved in there, that there's that the environment is important to think about. Like, it's not just like the emotions and things about, like, everyone's feelings. Like, I don't just want you, like, to remember, like, the feeling that the characters give off. I want you to remember the actions that the characters give off. So, like, that there could be actions like they're just picking up trash, like, bit by bit, or maybe like walking out on the street, or like with their dog, just maybe picking up some trash cans, just holding what they can in their hands. Like I even do that too. When I go take my dog for a walk, I'll pick up some like bottles and stuff. But
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah. But I want to include like a environmental message in my movies, but mostly just overall. The other part is like to keep my family together, because I'm not saying my family's splitting, but it's just I sense that whenever my family watches movies together, we're all quiet, we're paying attention to the movie, and then when the movie's over, we're not talking about problems or anything, we're just all talking about the same thing. And so it's just amazing, and I want to make sure I make movies that my family can just connect with.
I like that. Mm-hmm. That's cool. I think that's a very interesting point. I never saw it like that. Like, even just having a connection. That's actually kind of part of it, I guess, with my movies too. Like how I want it, just a connection. Like, because I know we all have down deep inside, we all can connect. I think that's the number one thing. Is that inner connection. So yeah, cool.
Your next question, and I'm pretty sure, like based off what I see, you are a hard-working filmmaker. Your question is, how hard is it hard being a filmmaker?
Is it hard being a filmmaker?
Yes.
No.
Why is that?
It's not. Here's why. Because I know what I want. If you know what you want, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything. And that's the cool part. You can relate it to anything. You know what you want. It's not hard. It really isn't. Is there tough times? Absolutely. Is there times where I gotta edit like all night? Of course. But it's not hard. It's easy for me because I love doing it. That's the difference. It's like, it's not work. It doesn't feel like work.
It's just your passion.
It's what I love. Yeah. I'll sleep. I don't care how long it takes me. I probably work more if I were to work at a job, right? I probably work way more hours, like 14, 15. I'll sit there, but I'm willing to do that versus go work for somebody else. And I'd rather do that any day because I love doing it.
So your definition of hard is working something that you don't want to.
Yeah, or what was it again?
So your definition of hard will be doing something that you don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. If I have to think about it and like it irritates me, forget it. But if I'm like in the process of learning and it's like, I have to solve a problem but it's related with this. Like right now I'm having a problem with like not these microphones, but I have a microphone having issues with it, and I'm frustrated, but at the same time I'm like, but this is kind of cool because I don't know how to do it, but it's related to learning. Yeah, because it's audio. It's like that's important. Like, so it's okay. But if it was something hypothetically, I used to work at moving 5-gallon jugs.
Oh,
right. I know. Tell me about it. That was a rough job. That's not my passion. There's nothing. Good pay, but I don't look forward to that. And that's hard work. It's fun at the beginning, but it's like I wouldn't want to do that 16 hours a day if it depended on it. I'm not that passionate about water.
All right, so here's another question. It's not part of what I was going to ask, but your last job, why did you quit it?
Why did I quit my last job? Ooh, that's a good question.
Like you're telling me like all this, like you don't have a passion for water. Like I don't believe anybody else has a passion for water unless it's a dire need for them. But for you, why did you quit your job? Like I seen a video on YouTube about you saying that you love your job and everything, but like you said to not do something if you don't like to. But why did you quit it if you liked it so much?
I liked it so much. I loved it because of the culture. I loved it because of the people. Like I still do business. I do business with them now, which is great. They hire me now.
Oh wow!
So it's the opposite, and they pay me for what I'm worth, right? But I showed it. I showed my proof. Like this is my proof. But I quit it because it was time to let go. Like I knew there was. I just knew it. There was like this feeling like I'm ready to move on, and it was scary. Like I remember like it was super scary, and I remember quitting my job. I was like, I was in LA with the employees. We went to do The Price is Right, and I remember being in the shower and be like, and then just telling me like, Glenn, quit your job. Like that's the first thing as soon as you get back. I was like, whoa.
So are you just using The Price was Right as a reference, or
no? We were actually in The Price is Right.
Wow.
We went for the weekend with a couple of where I used to work.
Oh, you were part of the crowd, right?
Yeah, I was part of the crowd.
Okay.
Yeah, I was part of the crowd before like 2020 and all that, everything before everything shut down.
So it's just right after The Price is Right, you took to get a shower, and then that thought just came up?
The thought came out, hey, Glenn, quit your job. It just told me, Glenn, quit your job. As soon as you get back, put your 2 weeks, no questions asked. And I was like, it didn't even make sense. I was like, I hardly have enough to pay rent, all this stuff. And I was just like, but I did it. And I did it right before everything closed down, too. So I quit my job to go full time. And that was super scary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, tell me about it.
That's crazy.
But I survived because I was so passionate about what I believed in.
Woo! Alrighty. Before I ask the last question, let's turn off the laundry.
Oh, is that the heater?
Or the heater.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah.
I thought it was laundry.
You're good.
Last and final question. Did filmmaking change your life?
Did filmmaking change my life? Yes. It really has. Here's why. In the process, filmmaking, how would I say this? Filmmaking, like doing, making movies, or not making movies, but shooting commercials, doing weddings, or whatever I'm doing. In the process, I learned more about myself and who I am. I changed. I think that was the best thing. That's like, while I'm doing filmmaking, I'm also changing. I'm also growing. I'm also improving. Like, I'm becoming healthier. I have my schedule now. I wake up at a certain time. I eat healthier. I drink healthier. So many little habits that I would have never done. Never ate vegetables. Little things, like just the little simplest things. Never went to the gym. Just super lazy. Thinking I was, I'm an entrepreneur, right? I'm a filmmaker, solo, full-time, but there's so much to it. About I have to lead. I have to wake up. I have to pay the bills. I have to do my taxes, which I'm doing right now, but it's definitely changed my life completely. I changed. And I love that I changed. And I can tell that I changed. And now I have an authority. I have this like, hey, yeah, I know what I'm doing. It feels good and it feels empowering. And now I can help other people, like, because I've been wanting to look for a mentor to help me in the film stuff, so I don't have to, just help me like see things that I'm not doing. But I haven't found anybody that to help me out, so I've just been on my own. But maybe it's the other way around. I get to help people and guide people and be like, hey, what kind of questions do you have? Hey, this. So maybe it's the opposite. I don't know.
It could be because like with this, you're helping me out with this interview and everything, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like overall, I feel like you're still like gaining stuff from other people that you never knew. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I'm learning from you. I learn from everybody. That's the cool, and I think that's my mission. My mission too, like, down deep inside, I'm gonna make a movie. I already know it. I'm gonna declare it. I'm gonna make a movie. I already know it.
You have a specific genre?
It has to do with that integrity. Of kind of faith base,
So drama,
perseverance. Yeah, I don't know. It's based on a real true story. I think those are gonna be my niche. Anything based on a true story with drama like that, but real, feels real, like authentic. That's what I'm aiming for. If anything, my favorite movie. And I never watch it over and over for some reason.
But it's your favorite.
It's my favorite, and I'm thinking about it right now. City of God.
Never seen that movie.
Oh gosh, it is so good. From Brazil, the way it's shot, all the actors, the kids, like I'm like, dude, this feels so real. Like how did they film this? Like I'm wondering, like how did they get the kids to act this good? This looks too real. Like it looks like someone actually like is shooting somebody.
So you were thinking in your head that while you were watching this, you were still admiring like all the work that went into the movie, but you're also like you're paying attention to the story.
Yeah, exactly. Like at first I watched the film. Like at first I don't think about any of the other stuff. And then I'll watch it again and then I'm asking questions. I'm like, how do they do all this? Like the angles, like the cuts. Like you think about like, dang, they got an upper angle up here, but where's the camera? How come it's not showing on this end? Like, yeah. Like how do they cut it so well? Like, are they using wide lens? Are they I don't know. That's an art. That the technical stuff I love that stuff. That's like the problem solving, and that's why I want to make a movie because it's all problem solving. It's all problem solving.
A movie I definitely recommend, like what you just told me. Have you ever seen the movie 1917?
1917, is it the hotel one?
No.
No.
It's a World War One movie.
I haven't seen that one.
It's a really good movie, and it's all a one shot.
Ah.
It's a one shot. I mean, it's made to look like a one shot, but it's pretty much really great. The story is amazing. The soundtrack is amazing. There's even some mistakes. There was one major mistake in the movie that just happened to be like the most iconic scene in the whole movie. You mind if I say it or
Go ahead. That doesn't ruin it for me.
All right, so there was this one scene. It was in the final parts of the movie where a character, I don't remember his name. He's a soldier running, and everybody else, they're extras running across the field, and he just happens to get crashed by one of the extras. But it turned out it just showed even more of that war scene of what was going on. So it didn't even look like an accident. It just looks like it was major chaos that was actually happening.
I think I've seen that shot on Instagram or whatever. Yeah, he's running and like all these bombs are coming on the back. I don't know. Maybe it was that one, but I think I've seen that. I've seen it. I know what you're talking about. Okay, but that was not part of the script, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called? 1917?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
1917, and I don't remember who made it, but yeah, it's really good. It's a great film.
Okay, cool. I'll check that out.
Oh yeah, and let me see. Was there any more? No, that's pretty much it to our interview.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
You're welcome, and thank you for letting me interview you.
Yeah, anytime.
Alrighty.
Cool.
That's a wrap.
Cool.